13 months, you had your first month where you reached 150,000 with 24%
24.
profitability, like $30,000 in 1 month was insane.
It was game changer.
Welcome back to Growth Lab Sessions. I'm Joao, CEO of Stealth White Label Agency, and my mission here is pretty simple: to help marketing agencies and businesses grow by building sustainable success. Today, I'm joined by Anatoliy Labinskiy, founder of GSM Growth Agency and one of the sharpest minds in e-commerce marketing. Anatoliy has generated over 45 million in online revenue, consistently boosted investor returns by 200 to 400% annually, and built a reputation for delivering real, measurable growth for his clients. With years of hands-on experience scaling brands and building conversion-focused stores, Anatoliy isn't just running ads. He's engineering entire growth ecosystems by done-for-you dropshipping stores. If you're serious about turning paid traffic into long-term profit, this is an episode you don't want to miss. Anatoliy, welcome to Growth Lab Sessions. Are you ready to take it to the lab?
100%, bro. I'm excited and I appreciate that you invite me.
All right, awesome, cool. Well, Anatoliy, I always like to start things off in the podcast asking about your story. Give us a bit of the background, how you got to start your agency.
Oh, sure. I will try to be as short as possible because this story could take around 2 hours if to go too deep, because my path to success and to the place where I am get through the pain, let's say. Yeah, so first of all, I'm Ukrainian and started my e-commerce journey. I have an e-commerce agency called GSM. You can see that on t-shirt. Basically, started that in 2020, but find out what is e-commerce back in 2017 when I was working in UAE, in Dubai. And basically was quite broke and wasn't able even to rent any apartment, nothing, just a simple room together with my wife in some sharing apartments. And basically one day my wife were always suffering because of the finance and so on, and my wife just came to me and started crying. I asked her what's happened, and she said, "Babe, I'm pregnant. And I'm completely broke. I have no money. We're working as donkeys, no day off. It was so stupid. I mean, all our friends working and saving, and I was always following for the best in in my future, and always changing the jobs, finding out better opportunities. And because of that, was canceling the contracts earlier, paying the fees. Rent was taking all my money. My wife was just making enough to buy the food and save maybe a couple of hundreds, and all that shit was quite tough. And then when she said that she's pregnant, I understand when she's crying, not from the happiness. She's scared. She's terrified. And basically, I said to her, "Sit down, babe. Let me go to the pharmacy and I will bring another test just to make sure." We want the baby, but we were not realizing how dangerous it is, because to deliver baby in UAE, it's around 25,000 dirhams. It's $6,000-7,000. But that time for me, I never got that money in my hands. Never. I didn't know how it looked like. And basically it was so scary. I went to, it was 24th of February 2017. I went outside. It's plus 35 degrees. I'm going to the pharmacy through the parking lot. And I'm just thinking about everything, realizing the situation. And I start shaking. I stopped in front of the pharmacy and just stuck. I shake as hell and wasn't understanding what's going on. And I understand how deep shit I am. I mean, I cannot even cover the delivery of the baby. I don't know how I'm going to be managing that. So I need to send my wife back to Ukraine and all that stuff. And basically, I just squeezed my arms. And first time ever in my life, I said with the full confidence something that my baby won't come in the world and the financial position as I grow up and I am today. And basically, this is where like the story began. I sent my wife back to Ukraine, rented out bed space in the 2-bedroom apartments with 7 other guys, and just like start working in 5 different jobs, figure it out what does e-commerce means in super short. 1 year was losing, borrow a lot of money. My wife said she will divorce me if I won't stop it. I was like black eyes, yellow face, like addicted. She was thinking that I'm in kind of secta. She didn't understand what e-commerce means. But basically in 1 year, I made my first 50,000, 150,000 a month, and so on. So it started like showing where I was putting all the effort in. And because all this period I was active online and sharing all my fails, and then start sharing my success, people start following me and asking me questions. Hey, how you done that? And so on, so on. Can you teach me? And I start teaching people, and I was shocked that it's working. Some simple Ukrainian guy, people from United States, actually, my followers were from United States, started like shocking me that they like the thing is working, what I'm sharing with them. And like I was surprised. And basically, after that, people start asking me, can you manage for me? And I understanding that if I'm managing this stuff, like success is going to be much higher because people are not doing homework, are not showing up on the call, showing up late and so on. And I decided to give a try, and we scaled one of the stores to 6 meals in 1.5 years. And like, wow, that's amazing. I hired just one guy, teach him everything, and just he became my first media buyer. And by 2020, 25th of March, I decided to open my agency because more and more students asking, can you manage for me? And I stopped my mentorship and basically just went all in for agency side. So now agency is 5.5 years so far. And yeah, we're doing e-commerce, a lot of done for you space, like work production for the dropshipping stores, for the brands in the e-commerce space, mostly on Shopify platform.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that story about your wife getting pregnant and basically you feeling like you couldn't help financially must have had been such a strong, such a strong feeling to empower you to do whatever it took to run through a brick wall and make it happen, right? You had to make it happen. You didn't have any other choice. Is that how you felt? A quick break in the podcast to tell you about Stealth, my white label marketing agency. If you're an agency owner and feeling stuck in fulfillment, hiring, and team management while trying to scale, this is for you. Stealth helps agency owners like you take fulfillment off your plate so you can focus on growth of your agency, from running ad campaigns and SEO to creating high converting content and managing CRMs. We handle the back end for your clients so you don't have to. Whether you're drowning in client work or struggling to scale your agency, Stealth gives you the support you need to scale without the headache. And if that sounds like a fit, then check out our website link in the description and book a time to speak with a consultant. And now back to the pod.
Yeah, that moment, especially when she left, I found another job which I was thinking it's better in gas company. It was my dream, but actually I started making less money than I was making as a waiter. And basically I started working several jobs. And what I was feeling that moment when I found out e-commerce, it was 25th or 19th of August, if to be exact, 2017.
Of what year? Oh, 17.
2017, okay. Yeah. So she left in July on the 5th month of pregnancy. And in August, I just lead magnet. I didn't know at the time what this advertising mean. So I was just scrolling the feed and find out hey, I'm the guy, Japanese guy who moved from Japan to US, didn't speak English. I was cleaning plates and it was cartoon ad. I oh my goodness, it's so related to me. It was such a good ad. I was, shit, this is similar. I went in UAE, I was cleaning the dirty plates in my first job in UAE. I didn't speak English as well when I moved there. So it was so related to me, fuck, what is that? I just opened it and it's starting your e-commerce business from $100. $100 is bullshit, but what about e-commerce? What does it mean? I didn't know what it means. And I read 180 pages in one line, oh my God. I don't know how, but I will figure it out and I'm going to be that one person who will succeed in this space. And basically, I'll come back to your question. this is exactly where I like start losing a lot of money, and like my wife fighting for me and so on. What I'm doing, instead of finding a good job, I was like investing everything what I have, even borrowing money from people. And I was saying to myself that I don't know like how, but I have no other choice. I have no other choice except make this work, because I'm a simple guy who has no background, no money, no like wealthy parents. So here I find out that I can be making money from laptop, and plus it could be sick money. And like I know that if I will not quit, I'm gonna be make it happen. And my kid was my biggest why. So
Yeah.
that's why there was no other choice for sure.
Yeah. And you said sick money? What do you mean by sick money?
So far, we generated over 50 mils as an agency,
50
and
million.
50 millions, yes.
Okay.
And like in my personal stores as well, like we done quite a bit, multiple seven figures, and plus like the agency generating quite a bit. So yeah, like such kind of money my family never seen in the life, and plus it gives me the most important flexibility. I have now two kids, and like I'm always busy with business, and plus start doing real estate business as well. Already have 12 units in United States, and basically it gives me possibilities to build the life being together with my family and building something which is I wasn't even believe in the childhood that it's possible. So
Yeah.
I'm showing the great example for my kids. I always sharing where I was, who we are in the past, and where we are now and where we are going. So I want to motivate the kid, not them to grow up spoiled. I want them seeing that nothing is happening by itself. You need to work for it.
Right. And so you worked, so this is, just to give context, right, to the listeners. 2017, that uh, was that the height of drop shipping, or was it before that?
I would say, every single year people are saying, I mean, if you like, you're gonna be looking YouTube or whatever, it's gonna be saying that, oh, dropshipping is dead. I
Yeah.
have to do that before. Oh, dropshipping is dead. It was like before. Every single year is the same shit. And I would say 2017, everyone was, no, not everyone, but many people were speaking that it's already dead. And I
Okay.
knew that the peak was in 2013 when
13.
Facebook ads just got established and like introduced to the market. There was so easy launching $5 ads. It started giving you sales. You just duplicate 5 times, then 25 times, and you just like duplicating, and you winning. But nobody didn't know about that. People
Yeah.
who knew, who figured it out, they become the first influencers in the space that time. And 2017, I bought the courses from those kind of people, yeah.
Right.
And then I'm 2017 person, and I know several of people who were growing together with me as well now, big influencers, has own courses, coaching, mastermind, someone doing crypto, not anymore e-commerce, someone doing something else because they quite failed. I mean, but it never been a greater time than started that moment, because 2020 happened. I got experience and the money to scale, and 2020 it's COVID. When it happened, it was just the easiest ecom easiest way to start in the ecom business, or if you're already into scale it, because the greatest results we done that moment, it was 2020. It was huge, and agency actually grew quite fast in 2020 because of that.
Yeah. And so you started in 2017, right? The beginning of it was 2013. 2017, people that made it in drop shipping were selling a lot of courses. You got into it and you still believed in, that you would be able to make it successful no matter what, right? And you did. You were sharing success, you were sharing failures, right? People started to take notice in 2018, 2019, and then 2020 is the beginning of your agency, right? But from 2017 through 2020, just so listeners understand like the level of scale that you were able to do, walk us a bit of that, of like, how was it for you making money in those first 3 years with drop shipping, 2017 to 2020?
Sure, 100%. So first of all, 2017 was full of failure for me. I didn't make anything. I just lost everything, and plus got borrowed money from people, plus opened the credit card in Dubai. I was actually had a quite big loan in Ukraine for my university. I just covered it. I finally closed it, and in Dubai I took the credit cards. So again became like, it dependent on the loans and the credit cards, and basically there was nothing funny. Yeah, like nothing. And usually people are quitting on even before that stage, spending 100, $200. Oh, it didn't give me a sale. Like I didn't get my first sale in the first couple of months, and I already just wasted like $2,000-$3,000 and no sales. Like, and I was so addicted. People like me in that time supposed to say to themselves like, fuck it, like you don't have that cash. Like, what are you doing? It's stupid. But I saw a lot of YouTubers. I saw a lot of case studies, and I realized that Facebook groups, if they can, why can't I? And my why is so strong, my baby. Like I have no, like what's the better, I was saying to myself, what the better choice? Like to go back and do the labor work, like working as a waiter, supervisor, or a business developer guy in the gas company for the peanuts instead of good income. Like, what's my future if I will stop here where it has incredible potential? So that's what was pushing me forward. And basically, January 2018, I found out a mentor and bought his program. I was so that moment desperate. As I'm saying, I'm sharing super short, but there was moments where I was super desperate and like had no cash anymore. Everyone like I was all money to put to my friends. My wife like was so mad at me. I lost money on credit card for crypto and it fell down, and like so much things. And at the end, I just find out the guy who was following the guy who was saying he was selling his program for $97. I like $97 is so expensive. I cannot afford it. No way. No fucking way. Like no. And after that, my friend is calling me. Hey, have you seen? I said, what? That guy made 50% off for 1 week, like $47 per month. Like $47. It's still expensive, but I have to pull the trigger. It's so funny, but that moment I was so scared because before that I paid $300 to UK guy who is in UK, and he just like slammed me. He just like left me on scene and never come back. And for me, $300 that moment it was like 30,000 right now, and basically I was so desperate and like, okay, $47, I'm going to be doing that. And in the first 3 weeks, in the first 15 days of that mastermind, I made my first $8,000 in highly profitable sales. I like, yes, that's working. That's like, now I know for sure that I will never stop. For sure. But guess what? In few weeks of running ads, that ad got rejected by Facebook because policy of Facebook got updated, and it was a t-shirt with the funny cat in the pocket. When you remove the pocket down, the cat is actually showing middle finger, so it's like it's a funny t-shirt. And basically what's happened that like it was going so good, it was so great, it was scalable, and then like suddenly Facebook just involved the policy in terms of no middle fingers in the ads. Thank you, of course. My first success and instantly new policy specifically for my product. And I lost everything what I made. Couple of months again, like I was surviving, like making here and there 1,500, lost 2,000, but now I know for sure that it's working. And all this time I was sharing that in the Facebook. In the Facebook, I was super active and sharing my stuff, what's working, what's not, why, and so on. I was just addicted to it. I was so addicted. And basically, in summer, I coming back to Ukraine because now I'm making like a couple of $1,000s, which is enough to like just for my level. Then that time it was more than enough. It was just good.
So what's the timeline? So you didn't make any money in the first 2 months, right? And then when did you make this? When was this first success that you had with the cat shirt?
So I launched my Kitty Cat Zone store. It's the name of the store, mykittycatzone.com. I launched 29th of September 2017. So till December, like nothing, start borrowing money and so on. Then end of January, 19th of January, I paid $47. I start my first call with this coach on 29th of January. and instantly implemented what he said. And I understand that I just didn't read the metrics. It was so simple. I didn't know. I'm 4 months in the business, almost 5 months, and I didn't even know that there is a columns in Facebook that I need to organize to read the data. I was just a newbie. I was doing newbie mistakes. And basically when he explained it to me, the basic stuff, I just like find out that I had already winner before. I need just to like track the data, and this is where I instantly start getting first results. But then 3-4 months were like here and there, a couple of hundreds, couple of thousands, nothing specific. Then I'm moving back to Ukraine, and September I partner up with one guy from United States. He has a store. I have a skills, and like he has a like shoe store. And I said, listen, like let's partner in. You don't know like how to do that. I know how to run ads. You well on the but like customer service and store management. He has past experience. Let's partner in. And basically, I launched the ads in the October first ever time, $50,000 break even, no profits.
That was 50,000 in 2018, right?
2018 October, yeah,
So
and no profits.
we're talking about a year into it, right? Into drop shipping, some success, a first taste of success, right? We're talking about you seeing that it was possible from watching videos, but also from making some money for yourself, right? And being so invested and realizing that the more you ran your store, the more things you learned that you had to be doing where you weren't doing before. And that was what was giving you the light at the end of the tunnel to understand like, hey, I am almost there. I see the light. I just got to go for it and keep going. And so 1 year later, drop shipping, you do a 50,000 month, but your problem is that no profit.
Yeah, but at least cash flow is there. At least cash flow is there. But that's exactly the point, that when you figure it out that you can make some money, yeah. But to make a serious money, you need to hire the team or partner up with people. Other way you won't be, because this is where I figure it out from February till like summer, that I was struggling answering emails, answering comments, launching the ads, preparing the creatives, adjusting the store, doing the product research, all that stuff by myself. And plus people start reaching out to me and asking to teach them, and like all that things were like quite strange and difficult. And I learned something that, okay, I need to expand, but I didn't know how. I didn't think about hiring the team. I was scared because I don't make enough money. So number one thing, it's partnership, but actually you have to hire instantly VA to like take the busy work on themselves, and you just managing the ads and the other stuff. And basically when I partner up, I focus only on the stuff which is Facebook and product research, and my partner it's customer service and the store management under my guidance. And basically, we done this. Like no profits, it's fine, we accept it. And November, 150K, 24% profitability. It's like a first ever boom. It's exactly 13 months from the beginning.
So that's in 13 months, you had your first month where you reached 150,000 with 24% profitability, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about $30,000 that
around
you made.
35,000.
$35,000 that
In
you
1 month.
made in 1 month after 12 months of trying to figure out in dropshipping.
You can divide it. It's 3,000 a month. So like, for 12 months.
Okay, so that's an incredible moment I think there's like a few incredible moments, a lot of incredible moments for an entrepreneur. The first is like the first dollar, right? Knowing that you can make a sale online with ads. That's like, possible, oh my God, you open the floodgates. But the next step of an entrepreneur is also realizing that you can partner with people so that you can spend a lot more of your time doing something that's going to be so much more effective, right? And so knowing that you can delegate and that's going to give you more time is also super powerful. But I think the third is actually making good money, right? And for you, like $30,000 in 1 month was insane.
It was game changer. It was a game
like,
changer.
what were you thinking in that moment of the possibilities?
So when we made our first K, I was like, fuck, like, and I counted the profit. There is no profit, and I'm still yeah, that like I was feeling, I had feeling like I made it. And 150K when happened, and there was a profit, and guess what? Almost none of those money, except like some peanuts, like couple of thousands, we didn't touch because we reinvest back into the business. The thing is, when it was 150K, what I was feeling, as you would ask, I was already on the way of, we have to do better. I didn't like, oh my goodness, 150K, blah, blah. Like, I didn't touch the money. I just took whatever needed just for life. And I was already living in Ukraine, thanks God. It was much cheaper than in UAE. And basically, and I just continue. And basically, December, we done like around, I don't remember, like around 200K, some similar to the previous months, but which is a bit better, as well profitable. And like months by months, we done better and better. And like, guys, don't think that what I'm sharing with you, like a magic, like we start making money and fun. Or during from October till March and so on, we had so many next level problems that I never ever have in my life. That was huge business problems, cash flow problems, supplier problems, payment provider problems. There was so much that we were figuring out on the way, and basically just because my partner would be quit just because, and he was so stressful all the time, and I was so addicted that it's finally working, that I was like, let's go, let's push, he said, he was stressing a lot, and I was just putting him focused on his stuff, and then, please let me figure it out, like just keep going. And basically March we made our first recorded like 240,000 in 3 weeks, and then Facebook screwed us up with the page scores showed up in 2019 March. We done, like, I remember this moment, like we were making like 12K a day, and one morning I waking up and we have like couple of sales, no traffic. I'm like, what's going on, and like we got the Facebook score happen, new thing in Facebook. 3 weeks, like 240K, it was mind blowing for us that we were coming for 350K a month that time. And we start figuring out, but now on next level, we're already making like 20, 30, 40K a month on like from scratch, like 10K in some, because we had already another store, and like making all these movements, small revenues, but we were just like surviving, because again, people would quit and won't figure it out. We just were learning, studying, asking people questions, and like figure it out how to overtake that, moved forward, and like for the next 4 or 5 months, we were making barely like, I don't know, up to 40K a month. Nothing crucial. But the thing is that it was a hard 4 months in our life as a business life. We got so much experience that moment, and my partner said, if not you, like I would like just close it. I said, I know, but I'm so addicted about the stuff. I'm like, let's do it. Let's figure it out. We can manage. We can figure it out. And that specific moment, I already start coaching other people, and I understood that it's actually replicatable. And like, oh my goodness, that what my mentor was teaching me my mentor taught me. I just started teaching other people, and it's working for them as well. Like, whoa, that's definitely amazing. And this is where like I start doing from 2018 till 2020 mentorship for 2 years plus my course.
One thing that's really important for entrepreneurs to realize is that when you start running your business and you actually have you start getting results, the entrepreneur that's gonna last is not gonna take that money and put it into a car, a watch, something like that. He's gonna leave that money untouched in the business, right? Might take whatever you need to pay your
My
bills.
first money ever, I didn't touch.
You don't touch it, right? It's after so many more months that you're going to touch, if you're a smart entrepreneur, right? If you're like a dumb entrepreneur and you just want to take the cash and your first taste of money, you buy things, like good luck, But that is such a strong, like important thing about an entrepreneur, is that delayed gratification, right? You get your first money, you finally get a taste of it, but you leave it in the checking account because you know that you can have a rainy day tomorrow, right? And then you do not touch the money. you do have the rainy day tomorrow, which you did. What did it take from you, right, to keep going in that moment? Was it the pain of like giving the means to your kids and to your wife, to your kid and to your wife? Or was it more about the desire to make it bigger? Because you went from like making the first K to $250,000 in your drop shipping store. What was motivating you the most in that time?
In that time, like I was already with my family, my wife was still saying to me, even it was such kind of results were happening. And I will be honest with you, I was going into the office in Ukraine, in Kiev. Like I got the job from one of my friends just to be in office space because my wife were not believing that it will stay forever. So I had to find out the kind of job to show her that, listen, like, I'm going to be working, but let me do this thing as well. And basically I didn't do any work. I got fired later on, but I just was using that as office space to do my stuff on their laptop. Even coaching calls, I was saying, I have a like meeting when it was going and just have my stuff. But yeah, it's just like commented for fun. But actually, that moment, I was just already understood that it's working, and I was just addicted to the process, addicted to the business. I knew that, still I'm doing that for my family, of course, but now it's not something like, it's or you survive or you die. It wasn't like that. It was just like, I'm so addicted that it's working and it's replicatable for other people, that my goal became, because I was at the beginning alone. And that time, that 2017 was a problem. There was not much content about it, not much real help about it. People were not sharing in YouTube that stuff was sharing nowadays. Now it's so much open stuff which you can use. So I was alone. And when I start mentoring people, I understand that like I'm able to change the life, because my life has been changed. And I put to myself like a goal and a vision. But since 2016, I started writing my goals every single year, every single month. I'm always like addicted to that process, make the goals. And one of my goals became from that moment is that I'm going to be making a business which is going to be changing the lives, and I will never be hungry again. That's simple. And basically that's like what I'm following for many years. And so far, I believe it's a good for karma. And in the same time, it's just like, I'm enjoying. I'm really in love with the like e-commerce in general.
Yeah. Cool. So, I think the message for entrepreneurs listening out there, especially if you're starting out, it's like your why changes, right? It's a combination. Sometimes it become more of a combination of different things. In the beginning, it was, you didn't have a choice but to make it work, right? For your family to pay the bills. And then it became more about the fun of it, the fun of seeing like how far you can push the sales of a store, right? How far you can impact clients, people that you were mentoring. And then you were addicted to that rush of like scaling a store, things like that, I'm assuming. But let's talk a little bit about coaching, right? Like when you're running, an agency, when you're running eCom store, you have a high cost of fulfillment for the agency side and for the eCom side, right? You got to buy products or you got to hire a bunch of people to help you out. Coaching is a little bit lighter. It's higher profitability, right? And so I think that, in that space, in that time, was coaching something that was giving you more like clean cash flow, which was really important for you so you can, put more of the money into the drop shipping and not take money out, but leave it there because you got to have cash flow in drop shipping. You're going to, buy something, you're going to spend on ads, you're going to make it tomorrow, and then you're going to have whatever, but it's going to be
Or in 180 days when
so
payment
you
providers on
can't
hold
take that money
all your
out,
money.
right? So like coaching must have been kind of like a solution for you to supplement your income, right? Is that how it was for you? Like walk us through the coaching aspect of, how that money was important for you?
So first of all, it's a great question because like nobody asked me before. Like I discussed this kind of background of my life several times in other podcasts, but this specific question never been asked. 100% the coaching was pure profitability because I was the only one. I didn't have any assistants, nobody. Plus, I was doing quite stupid way, but no, stupid way from making more money, but smarter way from helping people. So the way how I was doing coaching, it's not like now mastermind, like 1,000 people, 500 people, Zoom call once a week and so on. I had 2 times a week Zoom call one-on-one. So each student, 30 minutes call. And I have 6 times a week whole schedule from morning till night, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. I was with family, but I didn't have time for family. And plus I have access to every single student ad account. This is how addicted I was. And when I finish calls at 1 a.m., I'm doing my stuff with my partner in my stores, and plus checking ad accounts of everyone who I know need to check the accounts. And like, hey bro, why you didn't launch what I said to you? Hey, why you didn't kill that and didn't do what we discussed 5 hours ago? Hey, well done, you done it, you see it works. And like I was so addicted, and basically I was so enjoying. I understood that I becoming smarter because I start building OmniVision by having like tens and hundreds of accounts time by time. And basically it was not about the money. I was really addicted and enjoying that, but it was incredible income because it's a pure profit. From the beginning I started for free. I said, let's give a shot and see what's going to be happening. And this is how it started. And then I didn't charge much. I was charging like a couple of hundred a month, like 300-400 a month, not more. So I was making maybe 10,000-12,000 a month in pure profit. And the thing is that it was just limit. That's where like I understand I'm doing that for quite long, for 2 years, but there is a limit because I'm doing one-on-one. I have to switch to the group, and I like, no, I don't want to be good doing group because it won't be that effect for people as one-on-one. I knew that, and I didn't want to do that. And then like more and more people, my students start asking, can you manage? Can you manage? Can you manage? And I'm like, okay, like I'm already overall with my brands, with my stores, with my partner, I'm running ads, I'm super overwhelmed, I don't see my family and so on. I'm like, okay, what if I will get one of the guys and just teach him everything what I know, and let's try to like give him my account, see how he can, and I'll give him to some of the clients' accounts. And this is where like the beginning, like, growing the team in terms of like agency side. And basically, yeah, it was high profitable. It was amazing, but that wasn't like number. I didn't think about the money when people start reaching out to me because I didn't sell anyone. They came to me. And then later on, it became a business model. But I wasn't going that direction. I even didn't think about that direction.
Right. So at that time, you were doing your own stores. So when did you stop having your own stores? Did you ever stop having your own stores?
I stopped it when I started my agency because it was incredible period of my life where like I was learning now to be as a CEO of the company, founder of the company, finding out who are the good employees, hiring them, teaching them, and then finding out who are from those good employers are actually good potential team leaders, managers, to grow them up. So I didn't know what is time management. I didn't know what is management in general, managing the team. So I was so busy with building the agency that I just like, and my partner at that time moved to real estate quite heavily, and he was postponing on every single task related to the store, and his job was managing our team. We had a couple of VAs, we had supplier, so his job was just to manage the team, not even doing something by himself. And he started delaying a lot, and we could quite suffer it in terms of the speed up the process. And that's where like I made a decision, okay, now I'm stopping the stores, I'm running my agency, I'm growing the team, and I start running my stores just like basically from last year, and still, no, actually 3 years ago we started, and I used my stores as a testing product place. We were testing products, making some like 10-20K, proven the concept, and moved to the client side, giving to the client that product. So that was used just like test purpose. Now, right now, like I have a in-house niche store, which is I'm focusing on my free time, but mostly I moved 2 years ago to real estate direction. And like I have a partner in the United States who is living in the specific place where we buy and doing the BRRRR method in real estate, and I'm focusing quite a bit there. So one store, real estate, and like working on the agency. A lot of difficulties, but fun.
Yeah, for sure. And so, most of our podcast today has been about like the struggle of starting a business, of scaling a business, right? I mean, we talked about 3 years essentially that you ran your dropshipping stores, 2017 to 2020. And in those 3 years, like that was your first taste of success being a e-commerce owner, right? And so you also became a mentor, and then you mashed the two. You're like, hey, I like to work with people. I like to run e-commerce dropshipping stores. Why don't I just provide a service and charge a good amount for it? And then, you transition more into the done for you dropshipping model, right? Where, like explain a little bit about your model that you do today for your agency.
Yeah, sure. So we're doing mostly done for you. We have brands as well and managing the brands. For them, we are running Facebook, TikTok, Google, email, SMS marketing. So it's basically building advertising ecosystem to make sure that if Facebook screwed up in 1 month, we have Google, we have SMS email marketing, which is like will cover and like let be consistent on the performance. And for done for you, we just like getting investors on the board. They just like paying whatever like our fee and covering the ad spend, and we managing everything from product research, store building, store creation, then advertising, which is like creatives on our site as well, copywriting on our site. Everything is done by us, and when the orders start coming in, we're doing customer service and the fulfillment as well. So the person who is like clients on our site, they are not doing anything except paying to supplier. This is the main responsibilities of their site, because we are not taking any kind of financial data from their end, like credit cards or something. This is only thing which is investor has to be done. And basically this is on done for you, the most things which we are doing for over 5 years right now. And basically like the model is simple. We just finding out the products, scaling out, getting percentage of the profit, and repeating the same process again and again for years. Quite boring, but never bored.
Yeah. And so, the question that I think most people probably ask you, and I'm going to ask you, is what does it take today to succeed in dropshipping?
In terms of time or in terms of action? Can you specify the question?
Like if I want to start dropshipping today, what do I need to do to have a successful store?
First of all, what was my number one mistake is that I was following and watching everyone's content, and some of them didn't know what they're speaking about, just for speaking. Some of them actually know what they're speaking about, but 3, 4, 5 people has completely different strategies, and it doesn't mean that one of the strategies doesn't work. You just cannot combine them and mix. This is what people are doing when they're watching everyone and buying courses and going to different masterminds. They just following every single suggestion, which is built like you think that you're building something smart, but you're actually destroying the strategy. You need to follow only one strategy, maximum 2, like for split test. I mean, following 1 or 2 people who you think that you can trust and see what they are doing and just replicate on your site. That's my high recommendation. But actually nowadays to start dropshipping, and what it takes is just like you need to know how to use AI. I mean, number one thing. Like if you know how to use AI, you can be quite successful in dropshipping. Except like advertising, it's a bottleneck, it's a headache for people who doesn't know how to do that. But even people who knows how to do, you need to have a practice. You need to be okay with ad account get banned, product page restricted, your supplier screwed you up if you didn't make your investigation before you start working with him. You need just to be prepared for ridiculous, unplanned, inconvenient problems. So you need to be okay to like following the process and dealing with the problems. Then you will get the results. So to have the results, you need to know AI. You need to follow the strategy of one person who done already better than you, and just repeat it again and again. Especially with AI, landing page could take you first time 3 hours, let's say 5 hours because you're doing that first time. But then you have just copy pasting everything. It takes like 30 to 40 minutes for you to like rebuild it, the new page. Ads, the same. You take in from Spy Tools a lot of ads. We are making our own edition, but you can just for testing phase, take it some other ad, test it out. You can even change the language, add the language, or add the voiceover. Now so many things you can do with AI without any like heavy lifting job. No, in 2017 it was completely different game. It was fucked up. I mean, to compare now, it's so easy, but in the same time you have to be prepared, because it's a quite the competition is quite huge, but the competition is green, because you selling worldwide. And it means like competition is huge, but everyone can be friends on it. I have so many friends in the same space, and we are not like beating each other or stealing own clients. Like there is a whole world, 8 billion people who you can sell to. So that's actually 4 point something because of the who are online. But I'm just saying that you have unlimited possibilities to make the results. And don't be scared to ask people questions, because there is no dumb questions. It's a stupid, just do not ask questions.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Cool. So, for people that are not listening to dropshipping content, or people that still want to get into dropshipping, but it's just not very common to hear about, successes in dropshipping today. What is a success of a store, right? What's a successful store that you've worked with, or you've heard from friends or whatever, that you've seen the last 3 months? Sales, monthly sales, and monthly profit.
Sure. Yeah. So I can say from all the clients' perspective, from the friends' perspective, from mine, it can like be a couple of thousand a month in revenue without profit. It could be a couple of thousand or 10,000 a month with high profits, like 30-40% profitability. And it can be 100K a month with no profit, or 100K a month with the like 18-25% profitability. And it can be 100K a day with 30 plus profitability. So like that, you ask me like from different perspective, that's what's possibilities. There is no limits. One of my good friend who I know since 2018, he's from Czech Republic, an incredible person. He helps so many people and helped me as well, like a long time ago, and still supporting when it's needed. He's making like over 6.5 a month right now with his store. Like one guy I met in Dubai 3 months ago, just first time we met, now we just chatting. He's making 1 meal a day. Like that's possibilities. Like this is for people who doesn't watch the dropshipping content and so on. You have to start watching it if you're looking for the solution in life.
Right. But that's to say that, there's still major success, major money being made with dropshipping, right? And that's like a little bit of the narrative that has been lost, in my opinion, because I don't hear all these successes. I'm sure there are these successes. So it's refreshing to hear you say that there's still people today making $1 million a day in dropshipping sales with good margins.
and the product, like maybe people think, yeah, because they're selling something related to water or food, which is everyone consuming. Yeah, no, the pen, they selling pen 1 meal a day.
Wow.
So these kind of ridiculous possibilities you have. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Anatoly, I do have some other questions that I want to ask you, and these are rapid fire questions, so
Sure.
5 seconds most. When it comes
Perfect.
to cool, so what's the most impactful tool or software that you use to run your agency?
Right now, I would say like there are a lot of tools, but the most more attention to is ClickUp. It's helping for the team management.
What's your average monthly ad spend for marketing and paid acquisition efforts for your agency?
Up to 40,000 a
Can
month
you share one unique tactic that you've used to acquire new clients
to the agency.
to the
Yeah.
agency? Yeah.
Yeah, something what's working in our day the most. Actually, there are two things, but one which is really working the best so far is calling that franchise branding. So basically, that join the agency. It's not just a service, simple done for you service. It's a franchising business partnership where we are providing to you the working product, let's say in US market, and we will scale that for you in Germany, France, Latin America, whatever. So it's kind of great angle which is working so far.
I love that. Um, and that's something that we learn in the agency founders event, right? From other agency owners.
No, the second thing which I learned from agency founders, it's actually to go to specific niche. It's working so like because it's not 100% bulletproof work, but I'm moving in that direction quite a bit from agency founders. Like the last 1 month is that go super niche down in terms of your offer. So my offer is broad for everyone, but I know that my perfect clients are usually nurses, doctors, engineers, truck drivers, like people who are busy with work and have good income. So,
Right.
and they have no time to start by themselves, and they just like looking someone else who they can rely on. So that's our perfect avatar. That's our customers, what we know from fact, and we just trying to go like and testing like niche by niche to find out which niche will be working the most consistent, because they are not consistent yet. And then we're gonna be like building the separate funnel and everything specifically for niche which is working the best.
So if you could automate any part of your business, what would it be?
Oh, so many things. This is what we are trying to do now, like with automation, especially through ClickUp. My operation guy doing so much things to make it happen. But I would say right now is something related to proper communication without me being involved at all. I mean, that would, I mean, it's not really possible, but it's 100% possible that you will be just on the site more than, like I would be on the site more than I am right now. And that's exactly why we use ClickUp, building a lot of systems and implementing some AI services just to make things more automated. So I will be less involved in the communication regarding day-to-day stuff, which is like already going much less than before, than 6 months ago. But I believe for every business owner, especially if we're trying to expand our life with other businesses or just have more time for family, like automate the communication channels is going to be the best thing for me.
Yeah. Which marketing trend do you think is overrated?
Like in general, done for you. You mean like overwhelmed, correct?
Yeah, like what do you what's one, thing that people say a lot that you feel that it's like they put too much value into it, but it doesn't deliver that many results. Like
Yeah,
some people say like, "Oh, this is the best," but you think like, "Nah, I don't think so."
yeah, like there is actually quite a bit the niches like which is people are screaming about, because like the problem of the people that they are looking for shiny objects. Our brain is working in that way, especially if when something has struggles. Like every business always, I have struggles right now, quite a bit. I mean, the internal, and basically when you have some like something not perfect going on, you're always looking for some shiny objects, and that's the problem. You can really jump from like done for you to Airbnb, from Airbnb to like Bear Method mentorship in real estate, from Bear Method to, let's say, coaching agencies, from coaching agencies to something else. And if to look on all of that, the most thing which is people are speaking about I would say the automated bot trading. That's
Yeah.
something which is the most shitty stuff ever. I know my very good friend and partner who has his own automated bot, which is delivers 4 person a month. And to be honest, it's only one bot which I can see and trust. But I have seen several through him because he was growing and improving and so on. He's small, he's not going in the crowd. But big influencers using his bot on their site, to sell their stuff. So by
Right.
that being said, I know how much shady stuff there, which is people put the money and lost everything all the time. So that's which is like, I won't buy it.
Okay. What's if you had to only focus on one marketing channel for growth, what would it be?
Like I still love Meta. I mean, still,
Meta
it's the
ads.
pain. It's pain in the ass. It's really
Yeah.
pain in the ass, and the performance, unfortunately, up and down in terms of lead. We are speaking about acquiring customers here,
Yeah.
using for the business, but it's the easiest way to get the customer as well. Like
Yeah.
for example, if you have local business or like in real estate, running like when you're running your agency, this is what as well we were discussing the agency founders, as you remember that, like we becoming so strong because the agency space isn't so hard that like in real estate in the small town where we buying the properties, I know that if I will have a struggle to get the tenant or the right contractor or to won't find out for a long time the where to buy the deals, because when town is small there is always limitation on the deals. But like I can simply turn on the ads $5 a day
Yeah.
and I'll get the tenant in like $200, or even maybe most probably in $50. I'll get the tenant,
Yeah.
and the same like buying the house. I can find out under market house by spending a couple of $100 on the ads. It will be a lot of bullshit people message me, but will be one or two who will message and ready to sell the house for 50% price from where they are just to cover the mortgage. So Meta has the unlimited possibilities power to help you out to make your business on exponential level. Other platforms are fun, nice, cool, attraction, blah blah blah, but this is the easiest way which you can use for anything.
For acquisition. And so what's your agency's monthly current revenue?
Yeah, so we were on the top as an agency over 350 a month. Right now we are close to 200 because we were 44 people. We shredded to 34 in 2022. We became on top level with 34 people. And then beginning of this year, I fired all my core team, core management who was with me for 4 years, because we done the audit, find out a lot of mistakes and things which we can be improved, and when we delivered to them they were not accepting it, and because of that the revenue drops quite a bit. But we have now 21 people in the team, and for the last 2 months the best profitability which we like had for a couple of years. So that's why I'm quite excited how, like with the new people which we hired and their approaches, we will see the growth in the revenue.
Yeah. And sometimes only talking about revenue is insanity, right? People need to start talking more about profitability. And it's so refreshing to see, Anatoly, that through all the struggles that you've had in the last 7 years, that we just spoke about today, right? We didn't get into your whole life, but it's refreshing to see that you're doing so well, that you've been doing well, that you're a friend, that we've been like getting to know each other in the past like year. And I love seeing that you're winning. I admire your work ethic, your ability to ask questions no matter what. And I want to thank you for being here on the podcast. Thank you to share your knowledge with our listeners. You showed a lot of like positive things, that it's possible to make a lot of money, to get out of the life situation that you're in, you could be in, and live a happier, more fulfilling life. And if people want to connect with you to be a mentor or to be a mentee, if they want to hire your done-for-you dropshipping services, or they're a brand already with a dropshipping store, but they want to take it to the extra level, where can they connect with you?
Yeah, sure. I will share the details now. I just want to comment one thing that guys who ever will like listening us still at the end, like don't think that everything what I shared we discussed is that easy stuff and like it's only oh my goodness everything is bright on his side. It's so fluctuated. It's so much things are going on and it will be always going on. Don't think like the biggest businesses you'll seen or watching following them on Instagram, you can see just the brightest stuff, but there is so much dirt going on to make that shiny things great. So be ready to do the hard work if you want to jump into the business. That's only one my comment, because it's always won't be perfect. It's always gonna be some pitfalls and you need just to overtake them. And if you would like to connect with me, like I'm most active on the Instagram eCom by Anatoliy Labinskiy. I have YouTube channel where you can start this e-commerce for free from my videos, and like in DMs I can answer to you directly by myself. Our website is gsmgrowthagency.com, and by the way, if you decided to become our client, definitely just let us know that you came from Joao podcast, and there's going to be some special treatment for you for sure.
Let's go. And all of the handles that you shared, are going to be linked here below, guys. So you can also check out the description. Anatoliy, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing some light to our listeners. And for everyone tuning in, for you guys tuning in that are getting some value, make sure to show some love for Anatoliy and myself. It's always fun to hear comments. It's always fun to get messages. And so keep sending those and I'll respond to you guys. I'll see you on the next podcast.